So, hey guys, Chauzu here. So I can finally team build again, and we're going to start by using the new V2 Gear 5 Luffy. And yeah, we're going to take on Grand Voyage Don Krieg, which is an int powerhouse content. Which Luffy is, he's even fighter, which is a nice bonus as you'll see later. He doesn't actually do much though. The main thing he does is insane captain ability damage with 6.5 times captain ability. And also he can give a 4 times attack boost for the final 2 stages, which is insane together with that captain ability. Other than that, it's not that much. Well, he has his super as well for final stage for some nice color affinity. And I also built a team where we make use of the ore boost enhancement. But let's start with the more buildable team. Not gonna say accessible, but buildable. And yeah, this team is good if you don't have Jinbe at level 150. If you do, the other team is a lot better, but it requires Jinbe. But this one, you can use any Jinbe. But it does a little bit less damage, but it's not too bad, I'd say. So yeah, just play normally until stage 3. You can afford to stall our runs if you get very bad orb RNG, no problem. Like me here, for example, no issues at all. 1/12 stall is fine. This team does require poison sockets though, so keep that in mind. Not sure if it super requires, but it's good. Otherwise you need to try and avoid damage a bit. So reset the game here to guarantee you get Gear 5 Captain, and we're going to keep him there for the rest of the content. And yeah, this stage can be one of those bottlenecks where you need a lot of damage, a lot of stats to kill. But with this team, we actually can afford to use Whitebeard here. So we're going to use this special. This gives us an attack boost for this stage. And with that, it makes this stage free, basically. Don't forget to jump up with Sanji or he will be blown away. And yeah, just make sure you hit with your hardest hitting unit against Pearl here. And yeah, now we're going to make use of the action special. And yeah, the first time I've used it was for this content. First few times I really struggled with this, but then I realized that you have to tap a bit later than you think is right. Like if I try to tap what I think is perfect, I do get a perfect. But if I wait a split second more, it becomes an excellent. So I've also noticed that you don't really get punished for waiting too long. It just becomes a perfect again. So yeah, it's not like after excellence, it's a miss. No, after excellence, it seems to be a perfect. At least that's how I've seen it when playing. And yeah, with this team, you can just hit perfects. You do need an attack down support ship, or attack down reduction ship. I should have said that earlier. Whatever. Can be either Thousand Sunny like I use, or it can be Grand Tesoro. Both are fine. Maybe there's something more I forgot, but those can also be used, most certainly. And yes, sadly, Gear 5 resist the spear, removes bind, but since he's captain, he doesn't handle any of them. But of course, if we move, we can't really move him to Frank captain either. Maybe in the future, if I make a team with Rogue, which I might do. It's always fun to make Rogue teams, but yeah, I made a lot of Rogue teams, so I went for a more standard team here. Kiku ISO support needed for the paralysis, by the way. Jinbe removes defensive effects. I have the law support so we get an ore boost. Not a big ore boost, but still going to be the damage we need. Sanji removes the chain debuffs, gives the chain boost. And we have a guaranteed full board of matching orbs. And yeah, this first playthrough I went for Luffy's Rush, just to ensure the kill on Krieg. I figured I'd be able to survive. And I used the rush strat when you cancel it early, so I just hit one perfect and then I miss on purpose to take less damage. Yeah, this was big overkill, but sadly it made me take too much damage, so I very barely die here. I think it's super tight. Yeah. So I died, so I had to redo the run, and here I was just F it. We don't need to use the rush. So I hit with Luffy a bit early instead, like it was still a pretty comfortable kill. So everything is good. Honestly, the hardest hit in this content is this final stage is the first one. Need to make sure you do enough damage before you get the chain boosts and stuff. Anyway, I made one more team for this content. This one is way more damage, but you need level 150 Jinbe. But you don't even need any ship. I just used level 10 Mary, no problem at all. So yeah, I put Frankie on this team. As I talked about with Luffy, most important part of Luffy is building around his EX. You need 3 units for it. But for this content it wasn't too bad, like Jinbe was already good, Sanji basically required as Frank captain, so we just needed one more, so not too bad now. But yeah, same strat for this stage, we use Reiju and Whitebeard, and Sanji jumps up into the ear. The main difference with this team is that we can use Frankie stage 4. Frankie is a 3 turns, 2 times ore booster. So if I use Frankie first and then Luffy, I can get Luffy's 4 times attack. But Luffy will also buff Frankie's ore boost by 1.5 times. And a 2 times ore boost times 1.5 times is a 3 times ore boost. So obviously together with that, we have damage you've never seen before against this Grand Voyage. So it's pretty crazy. You get to see me do the action special again. Honestly, I think this is a pretty meh addition. Like the reward is so bland. You go from like 3.7 times attack to 4 times, very small. But it's also the fact that it's so, like, it's interactive, but it feels like playing some PlayStation game. You know, the classic Sony thing where you have a lot of buttons to press and it's very cinematic, but you actually aren't having fun really. You might as well be watching a movie. That's kind of what that feels like. Like, I appreciate something like Rush a lot more personally. And yeah, we do so much damage that we don't even need to hit perfects here. We have a lower HP ship here, so might as well not tempt fate here with taking too much burn damage. But yeah, final stage is basically the same as last time. We have the Rayleigh supporting Luffy here, which is great for this content. Since it handles everything here, including the paralysis, and with Reiju and Rayleigh support, Sanji removes the rest of the para, which is really good, of course. So yeah, Luffy's EX for color affinity. Don't really remember Jinbe's color affinity, but I just presume Luffy's is better, so I went with it. And yeah, then Sanji, and then we're good. So yeah, this Luffy is obviously strong. I talked about him probably in the one I rate the least, but even still, he's absolutely insane. So as I've said, this anime batch only has winners, no losers. I look forward to keep making teams and showcases. I presume I'll move on to Shanks tomorrow. And yeah, hard to juggle everything right now. Grand party, work, co-op, showcases. But yeah, I'm making do. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.